前。お前も泣いとるやないかい。いやもう俺こんなんで終わんの。なんか涙で終わんの俺嫌やもん。ごめん土橋君、ほんとごめん。
ありがとうございます。
でもそれはしょうがないからな。
ごめん。
しゃあないから。っていうところよ。涙も別にしゃあないそれは。ね、痩せがらんでください。
はい。まあでも本当に今トモさんが言ってたことの中にあるんですけれども、そのオンとか選手の気持ちがこれどの業界でも一番大事だと思うんですよ。だからもちろんトモさんっていうこんだけ優しいね言葉をくれるトモさんもそうだし、チームもそうだけど、でこれ見てくださってる視聴者の皆さんが今まで土橋君を見てくれてたりとか、我々が作品を喜んでくださったりしてくれるんだから、その気持ちだけは本当に絶対に忘れずに、次のね、新しいステージに行くと思うけど、それはもうどこ行っても一緒だ。この今本当に俺らだけじゃない、視聴者さん、本当に土橋君のことを今見てくれる人もみんな応援してるから、その気持ちだけは忘れずに、で次のところで頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。今この瞬間のことを忘れないでほしい、この気持ちを。本当にね、辛い時もあっただろうし、もちろん楽しいことだけじゃなかったけど、でもこういうことだからさ、卒業して次で頑張るっていうのはさ、本当にだからその気持ちを忘れないで。
めちゃめちゃないかめちゃめちゃ泣くよね。だってさ、そういうのだよ。だってこんなつもりじゃなかっただよ。だってさ、
頼むよ土橋君。
頼むよ。
俺のすげえ大事な2人がこれだけ泣いてんだから、その涙を決して無駄にしないで。本当に俺にとって大事な2人だから、視聴者さんももちろん見て泣いてくださってる人もいると思うよ。絶対にそれ無駄にしないで、もう頑張ってね。次
やっぱりいくら前向き合うてもさ、寂しいもんは寂しいもんな。
そりゃそう。
ほんまに頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。
応援してるから。でもどっかでわかんない、半年後か1年後かわかんないけど、どっかで突撃するかも。別に縁を切るわけじゃないから、これからも仲間は仲間やし、っていう感じかな。土橋君からもじゃあ一緒に。
こんなあったかいチームで。
James has got his first basket. Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today. Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. Outside Matthews. He dishes it to Lillard.
仲間やから。そうね。っていう感じかな。
He feeds it to Lopez. Misses in close. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Batum with the steal. Lillard against James. And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Back to Lillard. Baseline jumper. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And here they go. And he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Yeah, she win
that race. Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense. Jarrell Rice checking in for Nicholas Batum. The Heat marched their way to the best record in the league last season, 66-16, and the ability to win on the road, a big part of that league's best record.
これからもチーム海賊チャンネルはもっともっと前を向いて素晴らしいチャンネルになっていきますので、これからもぜひ応援よろしくお願いします。今までありがとうございました。
ここで変なドッキリせえへんから。はい、どうぞ。 土橋君の部屋がある。
チーム海賊チャンネルはもっとました。
土橋君がそんだけ泣いたやん。卒業やめたらやめたら実はこれでは終わりません。あることが今から起こりますので、ちょっと浅い座って座って
想像してなかったのでびっくりしました。
ただ1点だけごめん土橋君、当時がどうしても参加できない理由があって来れてないんだけど、で当時から土橋君にまたカメラ回ってないところでもいいから土橋さんに挨拶したいって言ってたから、ごめんね。はい、はい、
はい、ありがとう。ありがとうございました。
James outside. Wade gets a screen from Bosch.
どうもトラちゃんですけど、コンセプト的にはもう書いてあると思う。配布されてしまうかもしれないキャラクターでいきたいと思います。こちら提供割合の方を見ていただいたら分かるんですけども、このメゲルダ使っていきます。プラス本当に配布されたキャラクター2キャラクターっていうのを積み込んでいくわけなんですけども、編成はこちらでございます。メゲルダ、ホーク、ハロウィンマトローナ、サリエルということで2ヶ月前ぐらいかな、サリエルさん配布されました。ということでこんな編成でも1の4を抜き、2の1も抜き、3の4まで抜いてまいりましたので、がっつり攻略やっていきたいと思います。装備は猛攻会心メゲルダ、生命鉄壁ホーク、生命鉄壁マトローナ、猛攻会心の、サリエルという感じでいこうと思います。それでは早速抜くのが簡単になっていくっていう感じになりますので、今銀鏡撃が1枚の強撃が1枚獲得できております。金強撃にする必要はございません。銀強撃で十分なので、銀強撃でマックスまでダメージ通せれるっていうことなんですよ。めちゃめちゃす
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Shane Battier is checked in for Udonis Haslem. The Heat with the lead. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me.
He can't guard. He literally can't guard. He can't guard. You know what you do with cones? Like when in the summertime, you got a cone. You make a move. What does the cone do? Stay still. Exactly. Use a cone. Stop playing, man.
皆さんこんにちは、ダンクマヨシです。というわけで今回のメインはこの前ゲーム7をマーベリックス相手に敗れたサンズのクリス・ポール、そしてこのクリス・ポールがこの試合の後に結構ボロクと言われてるということで、今回はこの辺を中心に見ていきたいと思います。いや、クリス・ポールはね、何を隠そうダンクマンもね、この T シャツ後ろにも飾ってるんですけど大好きな選手なんで、だからもうこの件に関しても色々と思うところはあるんですけど、まずね、確かにこのゲーム7の内容がひどすぎて、自分もねこの試合が始まる前はかなりいいゲームになってくれるかと思ってました。でも蓋を開けてみたら129対90でマーベリックスのボロ勝ち。しかもサンズはこの試合前半で27得点しか決めることができず、一時は最大で46点差もついていたと。だからバスケというスポーツはね、本当にこういった意味では怖いですよね。っていうのはレギュラーシーズン64回も勝っていたチームがその順位が下のチームにねこれだけの大差で負けたんで、だから本当に確率的な意味で言えばたまたま最悪な回が今回来ちゃったっていうことなんで でしょうね。そしてこの件に対してファンはボロクソというかもう大荒れしてて、サンズというチームに対してはもちろん、あとはデビン・ブッカーやクリス・ポールに対しても結構ねボロクソ言ってて、そしてそんな中ウルブスのアンソニー・エドワーズもね自身のインスタグラムのストーリーでこういったコメントを残しており、サンズは俺たちと試合をやるときはいつもトラッシュトークをしていたが、これは本当に恥だとアンソニー・エドワーズがこのようなコメントを残していたんですが、確かにねサンズは結構トラッシュトークをやっているイメージがありますね。そしてこれプラスもうここぞとばかりにクリス・ポールに対して毒を吐きまくっていた選手がいたんですが、そう先ほどのアンソニー・エドワーズのチームメイトでもあるパトリック・ベバリー、彼はESPN にちょうどこのタイミングで出ており、スティーブン・A 氏とね様々なことを話していたんですが、例えばクリス・ポールは全くディフェンスができない、奴はまるでただ浮いているコーンのようだと、こういったことを言っていたんですが、この後すぐにねスティーブン A が突っ込んで、いやいやさすがに NBA の中では上手い方だと。するとベバリーはこの後補足で、それはいつも彼が歴代ポイントガードのくくりで話されているから、そういった意味合いでの話だと。確かにそのくくりだとクリス・ポールがねめちゃめちゃディフェンスが上手いっていう風にはならないでしょうが、全くできないっていう見解はちょっと行き過ぎですよね。そしてあとは例えばジェレミー・リンがねこういったツイートを残しており、本当にクリス・ポールには引退する前に優勝リングを取ってほしいっていうのは、彼は本当にそれに値するから、そしてハッシュタグでレジェンドとすると、これに対してパトリック・ベバリーが速攻リツイートしてきて、その内容はそれは一体どういう意味だ、なんで彼がもっとその優勝リングに値するんだと、こういったことを言っていたんですが、これは確かにね自分もそのクリス・ポールにはね優勝してほしいとは思っているんですが、確かにそのなんでそうなのかって言われるとね説明はできないんで、っていうのはこのベバリーはなんでこのクリス・ポールが他の選手よりもこの優勝リングに値するのかっていう表現で聞いていますが、確かにそのなんでクリス・ポールの方がカメラ・アンソニーよりもその優勝リングに値するのかって言われると自分も説明できないんで、ここはするなというっていうのがマット・バーンズ批評と軽蔑な全然ルカのことを褒めれてなかったじゃないか、ルカはいつもお前に対してトラッシュトークをしていてお前のことを狙っていたじゃないか、そしてお前はそんな時いつもコーンだった、殿堂入りの選手に対して
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
That's good.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can
switch here. And Matthews kicks to Robinson. Back to Matthews. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Now one against Williams. 6 on the shot clock. 3 for Matthews. That's good. Matthews has got his first 3 points of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
LeBron passes to Anderson. Here's Battier. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Williams. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Matthews against Allen. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Heat.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jumper so far.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively. Wes Matthews was undrafted out of Marquette back in 2009, but he ended up not only making the team in Utah, but starting as a rookie for the Jazz. He solidified himself as a quality wing in this league, and he's a tough defender. He can make the outside shot, and you always know what you're going to get from him at both ends of the floor.
Here is Matthews. after the made shot from Anderson. And Matthews gets it to go.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's LeBron. 18 points for him. And that one's good. James has got 20 points. And Clark, you talked about the toughness for Wes Matthews until last season. You know, Steve, he had never missed a game.
250 straight games to start his career. He battled through pain to always try to get the job done for his teammates. One of my favorite players in the league. Just a tough, physical player who can knock down threes. Somebody you want on your squad.
His dad played in the NBA for a while.
That's right.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And that one's good. James.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
Boy, that floater takes such a nice touch.
Here's James. Buries it down low. And the Heat lead by 11.
These teams don't look like they belong on the same court today.
It's pretty ridiculous to have a double-digit lead this early.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Heat up 11 from Portland. We're back in a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they have been fantastic offensively, really coming out strong, and they've lit it up.
Yeah, they have. I mean, very much in control and shooting the ball extremely well.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. At the forward spots, James and Haslam. Chalmers is out there with Allen, and it's Bosch in at the 5 spot.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Trailblazers trail by 14. Outside Williams, and the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul. And folks, what an outstanding array of talent we've got here. Just look at the list for all-time career scoring average. Jordan and Chamberlain and LeBron.
And of course, those guys were much more than just scorers, Kevin. They were winners, champions. But, you know, as you work your way up that list, no question, that is elite company.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominate.
Good. Lopez has got 12 points in the game.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Williams against Chalmers. Pass to Allen. Inside to Bosch. Good D by Lopez.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
The pass to Batum. He dishes it to Aldridge. Williams kicks to Lopez. That one wide left.
While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
Here is Williams. Following the basket by Chris Bosh. Williams dishes to Lopez. 11 feet away. Lopez with another miss.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
James, that's good. James has got 31. And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is, you know, a natural tendency to cruise. But, you know, Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They can turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, LeBron James, a career 33% shooter from long range, had never shot over 36% from long range until last year, when he shot over 40% from deep. He said over the summer working out, he'd punish himself for missed threes by running wind sprints. And with the Heat, he challenged Ray Allen to three-point contests, with the loser doing push-ups. James said he lost more than he won, but as much as he hates to lose, that competition drove him to improve. Kevin?
You know, you hear it all the time, Doris. Lead by example. He's a hard act to follow with his work ethic. Chalmers with it. Now Wright defending. Chalmers passes to Allen. The dive for the ball. Takes the three. Batum grabs the miss. Trailblazers trail by 16. Batum off the pick from Lopez. And there's the call on Udonis Haslem. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Stolen by Chalmers.
That steal was the product of active hands and outstanding defensive awareness there.
Allen's shot is off.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Lopez, a screen on Allen. And Wright kicks to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Wade against Batum. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Heat ball. Miami leading by 16. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
That free throw good from Wade. And Wade has a number of elusive moves, Clark, getting into the lane. He can hit the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket, and I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes directions, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip, and he makes it look so natural you might think nothing of it, but youngsters around the league, go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
Now, here's Lillard. Into Lopez. He feeds it to Aldridge. And the shot is good.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket. And LaMarcus Aldridge, an all-star for the third straight season. You know, looking back, he's really been the jewel of that 2006 draft class where he went second overall.
The free throw drops for Aldridge. Now, Clark, you talk about Aldridge and what he's meant to the Trailblazers. Really the franchise player, Steve in Portland. I think they look at him that way.
And for a team that had to rebuild on the fly after losing so many of their key players to injury, going back to Brandon Roy and Greg Oden, it's nice to see the Blazers bounce back and start to get Aldridge some help with guys like Damian Lillard and Batum and Matthews.
Now, here's Batum. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Kicks it to Lillard, right outside. Batum for three. Miami grabs the miss.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Now here's Allen. With the second effort. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lopez has got his fifth rebound right now in the game. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. He kicks to Aldridge. Makes it off the glass. Aldridge has got 5 points in the quarter.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Allen dishes to Haslam, and he drops it in from the low post. Haslam's got his second basket of the game.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, he's been the star of movies before, but Ray Allen recently shared some of his plans for what he'll do after basketball. First thing on his list is to get back in front of the camera and resume his acting career.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. Their fast break offense has been lacking, in his opinion, and he let his players know about it. Look for them to really start pushing the basketball. And before the huddle broke up, he mentioned playing active defense in transition, telling his guys to be very quick to get back when the ball changes hands. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And for Ray Allen, now 38 years of age, interesting to see how much longer, Steve, he thinks he can continue and how much teams feel he can continue.
Well, he's had some foot issues that have slowed him down a little bit. I thought he had a terrific regular season last year for the Heat, although maybe a little bit slow during the playoffs. But, you know, great shooters have a way of sticking around.
Well, Heat leading by 17. And stolen by Lillard. Lillard left side. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Aldridge with a screen on Allen. Lillard from outside. Good! Lillard's got 7.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Chalmers against Lillard. Allen kicks to Bosch. And that one's good. He's got 8.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Lillard, the pass to Batum. Lillard dishes to Wright. And the 3 off target.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yep, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass. Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Anderson, he's checked in for Bosch. Battier comes in for Udonis Haslem. And Cole subbed in for Mario Chalmers. And it's Miami with the rebound. Battier's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Feeds to Wade. Leonard with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. It's deflected. Stolen by Allen.
That foul is really going to hurt him in the second half. I mean, he's got to sit and may have to be off the floor for a long time, and they'll miss everything he brings to their team. I mean, he's active, he's aggressive, he's smart, he's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significantly.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Nicholas Batum. Here's Wade.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Here's Williams. The Heat getting the bucket. Right side, Williams. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Williams. Matthews has got 10.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Wade. And he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, just too many easy buckets, you know, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
James checked in for Miami. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Well, Blazers coach Terry Stotts is a branch on the tree of head coach George Karl, and that's a pretty good tree to be on. In his playing days, Karl coached Stotts in the CBA, and actually Stotts had a pretty good career in Europe.
Now here's James. Out to Wade. Dishes to Anderson. And the foul called on Myers-Leonard. That's his first foul. And for Terry Stotts, after his playing days, he coached as an assistant under George Karl, both in the CBA and then with the Sonics and the Bucks.
And over 2 decades of coaching experience, Kevin. This is his 6th season overall as an NBA head coach. Remember, he coached the Hawks as well as the head man. But I thought did a nice job with Portland last season.
And the basket by Lillard.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
LeBron kicks to Cole. Looking for Wade, he gets it there. Pass to Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Talking about Chris Anderson, guys, the Birdman. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to fly last season, but he did latch on with a very good Miami Heat team who was in need of some help rebounding, which is his strength. He still can do that and block shots as well.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Birdman, a fan favorite from his days in Denver. The tattoos, his kinetic style of play, certainly drawing attention.
Well, he's an athletic presence inside at both ends of the floor. Defensively, he can slide his feet and block shots. And offensively, he's a guy who kind of hangs out on the weak side and finishes plays by catching and dunking.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. Fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
Here's Cole. There's the dish to Wade. There's the feed to Anderson. Rejected by Leonard. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Anderson. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by the Heat. And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention. And that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine. So they're not leaving any stone unturned.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Dwayne Wade, and the shot is good.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Miami leading by 19, and Cole kicks to Anderson. .130 left to play here in the half. Here's LeBron, and he goes right over Thomas Robinson and slams it down. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
1:20 left in the first half of basketball. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. Cans the shot from the wing. Matthews has got 12.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. When he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter, just catch and shoot. Got a quick release, beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Here's LeBron. Matthews with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 19. Right side Matthews. Pass to Leonard. That's a 2 from Lillard. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Battier kicks to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. And he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Miami ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Coach, LeBron obviously having a tremendous game so far. What is key to his ability to take over a game?
It's probably a myriad of things, but his ability to sustain that. He came out with great force and got us off on the right note. Now we have to keep it going.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And folks, the halftime show is coming up next, and then it's on to the third quarter. We'll step aside right now.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to a Thursday edition of the Halftime Report. Miami up on top against the Trailblazers out in Portland. Offensively, they've been in a zone. A lot of great team play, providing looks from all over the floor. LeBron's been going at it effortlessly against the Trailblazers D. After 2, he's been piling on the points and has been very efficient, converting his shots into points with a nice field goal percentage. For the Trailblazers, they haven't been as good early on. The outside shot just not there for them today, but that certainly hasn't stopped them from trying. You might see some adjustments after the break. Some great work out there by Damian Lillard. He's got 9 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. And that will be all for us. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He has 35 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the 3-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Batum and Aldridge are the power tandem, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. The Heat leading by 19 points. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. Now Haslam inside. That's good. Haslam's got 6.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Lillard against Chalmers. Stolen by Chalmers. And now Chalmers running the floor all by himself.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Now, here's Lillard. Aldridge inside. He's guarded by Haslam. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 4 this quarter.
He's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
LeBron gets the screen from Bosch. Right side Bosch. And it's Miami with another.
That mid-range jump shot may be an underutilized tool in today's NBA, but it's really serving this team well.
In fact, it very well might be the strongest area of their game offensively.
Now here is Aldridge. 11 points in the game. And here is Chalmers. Passes it to Wade. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Right side Bosch tries from 16. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Haslam's got 8 points.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Foster said, quote, "The challenge is not getting bored with simplicity." Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys.
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks. Here's Chalmers after the made shot from Lopez. The drive by James, and the pass to Bosch. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And 12 points for Chris Bosch.
Well, you know, with LeBron James as the main post threat on Miami, the outside shooting touch of Chris Bosch fits perfectly to help them space the floor, and he continues to expand his range.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. You talk about Bosch in his shooting range. He's trying to develop a reliable three-point shot as well.
Well, it's happened. In the playoffs last year, he shot a lot of threes. It's kind of a function of the Miami offense, trying to provide floor spacing for LeBron and Wade. But in some ways, it takes Bosch away from what's made him good, too, the slashing and the ability to score around the basket.
Here's Lillard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 11. Miami leading by 23. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Terry Stotts as he addressed his team. If what he talked about is a true indication, the pick and roll is going to be their go-to play from now on. He sees that as being their best option offensively. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here's Wade. He's got 12. LeBron sets the screen for Wade. And James gets it to go on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard against Chalmers. Lillard attacking. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Mario Chalmers picks one up.
Well, Damian Lillard joins the list of outstanding great point guards out of Oakland, California. You go back to guys like Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, even Brian Shaw, who won titles as a player and coach in L.A.
The first one falls. And Lillard has some connection to those great players in Oakland. He started high school at Jason Kidd's alma mater, St. Joseph.
Yeah, he also worked on his defense in the summer with Gary Payton. There's a really strong connection with those Oakland players, and Lillard just another in a long line of unbelievable talent coming out of the Bay Area.
Runaway Rookie of the Year winner. He was terrific. No good on the second free throw.
Lillard has been playing really well. 12 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty. Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
That's good. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter. The Heat leading by 22. Wade with it. Matthews covering. Kicks it to Chalmers. Back to Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Kevin, he comes away with a lot of steals by being patient and picking his spots and anticipating, when the shooter is going to go up. And then he just strips it away from him and heads the other way.
He's got something more than that, Steve. I don't know of a player who can make defenders look as silly and foolish as he does with his passes. Going behind his back, dropping no-look dimes, threading it through guys' legs. I mean, all of that stuff is in his book bag of tricks.
That free throw good from Wade.
Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare. Then the Pacers really took them deep all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against him. It almost seemed, Clark, to take away any momentum they might have had when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7s. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
That free throw good from Lopez.
Last season was the best yet for Robin Lopez. Career highs pretty much across the board for Lopez as he stepped into the starting center role for New Orleans. Sometimes it's just a matter of opportunity before a player gains the confidence to be productive in a starting role.
Second free throw, no good. And for Robin Lopez, not the scorer that his twin brother Brook is, but, you know, he's showing some signs offensively.
Well, he's efficient from the field and from the foul line, and the key for him is to continue to work on his rim protection, his defense in the lane. He's got potential to be very good in there.
Here's Lillard. Ray Allen picking up that last basket. Lillard the pass to Aldridge. Here's Batum, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Lillard against Chalmers. Bosh can't get it to go. Good D by Lopez. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Matthews into the lane. He dishes it to Aldridge, and that one is stuffed right through. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow. He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Miami leading by 20. Here's James. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
You know, last year, LeBron said that he was at his peak as a player, both physically and spiritually. You could see it in his eyes, just so confident. Even when things aren't going well, he now has the fortitude to make his way through that and continue to play and finish the game.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, when you think about the level that LeBron is playing at right now, Clark, do you think he still has room to improve his game?
I think it's just a matter of his experience and picking and choosing his spots. I think his skill set is fantastic, and it's just a matter of staying the course. I don't see much improvement there. He's a terrific shooter from the three and inside the line. He drives it, makes his free throws, passes the ball, rebounds, defends. He wants to be in that 50, 40, 90 club on his shooting percentages, and I think he'll make it happen.
I know he's still working with Ray Allen on the free throw shooting, too.
Yeah.
Matthews with the steal. And Batum throws it down.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, it is such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam. I thought he'd make that one, and that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Lillard attacking. Here's Leonard. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Now, he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Lillard dishes to Aldridge, and he gets it to go. Aldridge has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely, here it comes. See if you can stop it.
Now here's James. He has 40. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next few days.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by LeBron James. Batum attacking. And yes, sir, that one drops. Batum's got 6.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
Wow, are they moving the ball right now? They look good.
And Chalmers kicks to Bosh. Leonard with the steal. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Back to Lillard. He feeds it to Aldridge. The jump hook. Rebounded by Battier. Battier's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Lillard with it, picked up by Battier. Kicks it out to Lillard. They get it back. Leonard. Great D that time from LeBron.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
LeBron gets the screen from Bosh. James against Leonard. Rejected by Batum. Now Matthews. He's got 12. The kick out to Aldridge. Lillard up top. Defended by Allen. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
LeBron passes to Chalmers. Some solid defense from Damian Lillard.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication, has really become an outstanding coach.
And the Heat call time here. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra. As a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart, Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Chris Anderson is checked in for the Heat. Coles comes in for Mario Chalmers. Here's Cole. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He wants to see them being much more assertive on defense. Physically, he said, we're getting manhandled, something he does not want them putting up with. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, it's always a challenge adjusting from college to the pro game, particularly when you talk about the size of the NBA big men. When Thomas Robinson struggled his rookie season, he really started to lock into watching tape of another undersized power forward, Mr. Paul Millsap, as a way to try to improve his own game.
No good on the free throw. Well, back to Thomas Robinson, like Millsap, a terrific rebounder in college. He led all big-time NBA prospects in the 2012 draft in overall rebound rate.
And that translated to his rookie season, Kevin, where he had problems finishing. You know, rookie field goal percentage of 43%.
And he's good on the second.
Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery pick protection outside the top 3 from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats if it was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point, so maybe a little suspicious.
Now here's Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He kicks it to Leonard. Tries to keep it alive. Feeds it to Batum. Leonard dishes to Batum. Outside Batum. Portland no good that time either. Long Clark, going back to the Blazers, they finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they've got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. And among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Terrific design on the pick clip, and he lays it in. Batum's got 8 points.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
51 seconds left in the third. Here's Cole, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great teams until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
And that one falls for Cole. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
You know, at 33-49 on the season last year, the Blazers were well below 500, but they were a 500 team against the Eastern Conference.
Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Batum fires. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Here's Cole. He has 6. To the middle. Here's Anderson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Anderson's got 5 points so far. Trailblazers trail by 16. Outside Williams. Dishes it to Leonard. That's good. He's got 6.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Down low. 2 on the clock. That's good from Allen on the assist by James. And the Heat lead by 16.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Heat lead by 16. From Portland. We're back in a moment. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And so here is Miami. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. On the wings, it's D. Wade and LeBron James. Haslam's out there with Shane Battier, and it's Cole in at the 1. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by James. Williams' shot is off.
Man, a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom.
Great D that time from Cole.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Wade. Fades. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Williams with the ball, defended by Cole. Puts it up from 12. Here's Aldridge. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
And Miami making a change here. Lillard's checked in. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Miami?
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
Now here's Wade. Chalmers with it. Pass to James. Off target with his three.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Williams inside, defended by Chalmers, and it's blocked by Bosch. And he recovers it, and that one's good by Lopez.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
No question about it. I mean, when you talk about bruisers, that's his game. I mean, he's put that time in the weight room, and guess what? Now he's putting that strength and muscle to use. You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside. Well, it's pretty obvious, guys. Portland has a lot of young talent, but the defensive effort has to get better. The intensity, the concentration at that end of the floor has to grow, which is always tough with a young team, but to get better, it's going to have to start with defense there.
That free throw good from Wade. Portland finishing second to last in opposing team shooting percentage, Clark. Yeah, that's interesting. Defense, something that usually needs to be learned in the NBA, and the Blazers were a young team last season, Steve, and easily a team learning game by game.
Yeah, youth or not, though, Kevin. 48% against you defensively in terms of field goal percentage. That can't happen. So a lot of improvement in store for this Portland team. They really have to lock in on the defensive end.
Shooting for Portland.
Damian Lillard was really a steady floor general, guys. I think we still have a lot to see as to how much of a playmaker he'll become. Remember, he was the man in college. Without a lot of other scoring options to rely on, he carried Weber State offensively. And I think that's going to serve him well throughout the rest of his NBA career. More point guards have to be able to score as well as run the team in the way the league is playing now. He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bagels in the second.
And that one's good. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
And Damian Lillard last season, Steve, averaging 6.5 assists a game.
And those numbers should get better because, you know, Lillard's going to get better. The Blazers will continue to add to their roster. They had one of the worst benches in the league last season. So you put a couple more scores alongside Lillard, those assist totals will go up.
I think Clark's right. We'll have to see in time how his playmaking develops. Now here is Aldridge after Dwayne Wade's miss. Just 5 to shoot. And Batum kicks to Aldridge. And the layup's good off the glass. Aldridge has got 5 points now this quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
And he gets it to go.
Part of this interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
Here's Lillard, crops in the layup for 2. Lillard's got 23 points.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies, be physical.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Williams following the basket by LeBron James. On the wing, Batum. Covered by LeBron. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Williams for 3. Rebounded by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boys.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game. They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's James. Wade on the wing. Bosch, a screen on Williams. Wade passes to Bosch. He used that pick to get in close.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Williams kicks to Lopez. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
It's LeBron with the drive. There's the dish to Chalmers. Bosch up on top. The feed to Wade. From the wing. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Lopez outside. Here's Lillard, and Wade sends it back. Bosch heads the pick for James. Wade with it, picked up by Aldridge. Haslam dishes to Wade. Right through the D for the layup. Wade's got 10 points in just the second half.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Williams kicks to Lopez. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now here's LeBron. And the Heat call time here.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you've put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's LeBron. That one goes. Counter. LeBron's got 48.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
Lopez left side. Uncovered. Miami grabs the miss. Haslam's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Wade passes to Haslam. Wade dishes to Chalmers. Back to Wade. Clock at 6. Pass to Bosch. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Batum, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Williams has checked in.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslam, born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 27 points for Lillard.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
And here is James. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LeBron's got 50 points. And back to Haslam. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence. Took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
But was really heavy back then at Florida. And he had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to go first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
Chalmers off the pick from Haslam. Passes it to Bosch. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 6 assists in the game. Lillard against Chalmers. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You look at the model for consistency from a star player, and LaMarcus Aldridge is that model. Always up around 21 points and about 8 or 9 rebounds for the past 3 seasons.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Aldridge, a great score, a factor defensively certainly, and Steve, a decent rebounder. He's got a pretty well-rounded game.
Yeah, at 6'11", he can play either the power forward or the center spot. But I think he's best suited in the power forward role where his length really allows him to take advantage down on the block.
It almost seems like they've played him out of position, if you think 4 is his position, that they've played him out of position for most of his career. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? 22 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless. And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
Williams with the ball, and Bosch picks him up defensively. They get it back. Another shot.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Here's Wade, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Trailblazers trail by 16. Now Lillard. The pass to Aldridge. No luck. Great D that time from Haslem. Miami's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. LeBron kicks to Wade. Back to James. Wade outside. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Wade's got 14 points here in the second half. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, clearly they were starting to show signs of fatigue, so coach wanted to give them a second to get their win back.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. That's a 2 from Lillard. Off the left rim and out. The Heat leading by 18. Kicks it to Chalmers. Lillard comes with the double team. And Wade slams it in.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
1:51 left to play in the final quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Lopez. Feeds to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Miami.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for James. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Anderson, he's checked in for Bosch. Pattier comes in for Udonis Haslem. And Allen subbed in for James. The Heat leading by 20. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cole. He's guarded by Williams. Cole, the pass to Wade. Clock at 6. Rejected by Leonard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Miami. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Williams dishes to Matthews. Shot to stop the run. Williams, that's good. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to Battier. He dishes it to Cole. Haslam, a screen on Williams. 6 to shoot. Cole, the pass to Anderson. That's good.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors.
That's good.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, congratulations on a wonderful performance. Can you tell us what goes on in your mind when you get in this kind of a rhythm like we saw in this basketball game?
It's a zone you get into, and you know, it's kind of unexplainable, you know, and you try to go out there and you feel like there's nothing that you can't do. You know, and hopefully the momentum just continued to go throughout the whole quarter, and it did. And not only did it open up for me, opened up for the rest of us, too.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.